Welcome back to your channel. Today this is going to be nothing but spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, I did a whole video about non-spoilers, but I only have one thing to say about this franchise.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Classic. We are back.
We're back, baby. We're back, and it feels so good to come out of theater and be like, oh, thank you. And I'm a big fan of Prometheus. Love Prometheus. I'm a decent, good fan of Covenant. I thought it was mostly positive. So for me, loving those two movies, coming off that is still, I'm like, thank God. This is perfect. This is exactly what we need. I'm not going to repeat really what I brought up in my non-spoiler. This is just going to be everything is spoiler talk. For example, the big chap. It was really hinted at, and then it was confirmed about 2 weeks ago in a TV spot that the Big Chap is coming back, and which is great. I absolutely love the idea of bringing back the Big Chap, but the one question I had was like, how are they gonna find him? But when you watch the movie, it's like, okay, that makes perfect sense. Because when they found the Nostromo, which was nice, a little Easter egg, because you saw the chip, floating in space, and you see the name Nostromo. I was like, okay, nice little nod. And then there is the alien just kind of floating within all the debris. So it makes sense. All you had to do was find the ship, find where that was at, and you're going to find the xenomorph. So that makes sense. It was really cool seeing them bring the Big Chap in. And then later on in the movie, you see him like hung up, almost like Jesus Christ was crucified. So the alien must have been alive at some point. And that was really... But Ash, I want to talk about Ash. Well, in this case, Rook. Because now my theory is confirmed. I did a whole video about I have a feeling Ash was coming back. And this makes sense so much now when you watch the original Alien movie. Because I feel like this station was where Ash was. This was like Ash's science lab. And then he left this station to go onto the Nostromo. Because the Nostromo was, they went straight to that planet knowing what was there. And I feel like Rook is identical to Ash because, I mean, obviously they have the same face and everything. But it's an assembly line of these same exact droids. But it was so nice because at first you saw him like face down, and I was the one person like leaning into the screen. I was like, is that Ash? And then finally they show his face, and yeah, the CGI at first was like, okay, very noticeable, but like, it after a minute, it's not too bad. It settles down, and it's like, okay, I got this. It's rewatchable. Did it go a little too far? I think they went a little too far with him, but it was still satisfying to bring him back. And it makes a lot more sense now because like I had to go watch the original Alien when I got back, and it just makes sense why Ash was the way he was. If I can just borrow you guys time for 20 seconds, this is not a sponsor. This is about children that need our help. These are children that have cancer, leukemia, all the bad stuff, and it's kill. I'm from Iowa. We have a children's hospital, and you watch any of the Iowa football games during the first quarter, we did the Iowa wave to the children in the hospital. They deserve all the stuff, and I just want to say, guys, in the description box below, I have a link for description where you can donate, and that's all I want to say, guys, because I absolutely love Iowa, and I love what they're doing with the Iowa children. So please, if you have money and you want to donate, go to the description box, give it to them. Do not give it to me. But man, the creature at the end, again, when I did my movie review for Alien Resurrection, I could not stop fucking laughing because that creature was so pathetic. And of course, we get a new creature at the end of this movie, half human, half alien. Like, the whole scene itself was tense. It was really an emotional ride. It was crazy. But again, why do we have this creature? It's like, it almost gave me that engineer vibe, because that's one thing I don't like about Prometheus, is the whole engineer vibe. And seeing this creature, I was just like the creature looked okay, looked cool, but it's just, that wasn't the direction I was hoping for. So that's really my only negative I have this movie, was that human creature is like, I don't care about that stuff. If I want to watch that stuff, there's a million B movies out there for alien shows. I do not care about that stuff. I just want my facehuggers and xenomorphs. So like 95% of the time I was very, very satisfied. But still, the creature at the end, it wasn't to the point where I was like, I need to walk out. It was still like, okay, it's still scary, still kind of cool, but it's like, I wish they went a different way. Andy, man, that one scene, when he says, stay away from her, you bitch. But the way he says it was like a kid, like, but bitch. Like, it was definitely his first time ever saying it. But that was the only scene in the whole entire movie where the whole entire crowd, everyone in the audience, we either were laughing or cheering. And like throughout the whole movie, it was dead quiet before and after that. Even it was weird. when we're all walking out, like, it was really quiet. Like, no one was talking. I was like, I think everyone was processing everything, or everyone's like, I need to go take a shower. I need to go wash my hands after that pregnancy scene. Oh, which was, that chick giving like birth to that thing. That was just, nasty. But as an alien, I mean, you're gonna get that nasty stuff. But yeah, when he said, stay away from her, you bitch. The way he said, you like, bitch. It reminds me of like my 8-year-old nephew cussing for the first time, and he's like, am I gonna get in trouble with saying this? But that was awesome. I absolutely love that. That was almost like my highlight of the film. Going into this movie, Isabel, I thought she was going to be the final girl. I thought they were going to trick us thinking that the main girl, Rain, was going to be the final girl. But then, nope, it was going to be Isabel. But it almost looked that way, where I was like, dude, is she going to actually be the final girl? But nope. She gets killed by that goddamn creature, which was her son, which is, nasty. But I'm very satisfied that Andy survived, because I love Andy. He is one of my favorite androids now, so I want to do a ranking of like all the androids, and he'd be right up there. It's for me really close between him and David, because David, by Michael Fassbender and Prometheus Covenant, I thought it was pretty solid. I really did. For a second though, I thought I saw the cylinder for the black glue, because in Prometheus you have the cylinder where David picks up for the very first time, where he does the whole like big things have small beginnings. That cylinder. For a second, I thought I saw that, but like I need to go back and watch this movie again, because there's some. I know I'm probably missed a few Easter eggs, but you finally early on you got to see the dipping birds or the dipping chickens. I'm not sure which one, but you see them in every movie. You get to see them within like 5 minutes. So it's like when this movie started, I was like looking for them every scene. Like, where are you? Where are you? Because they're in every single movie. Even Isolation, it's in Isolation. The death of that asshole was so satisfying. Because in Alien vs. Predator 2, when the asshole gets the acid on his face, this death scene with him getting all that acid on him, I was like, yes, you fucking deserve to die, because he was treating Andy like crap. Yeah, his backstory, I get it. That would absolutely suck. But that was a different android and all that good stuff. But Andy, he's like a childlike. David Johnson that played Andy, fantastic. The acting between all of these people were really, really good. There was no bad actor. Everyone definitely played their role perfectly. There wasn't one character, one actor where I was like, no. I'm totally cool with this group of people. And going into, a lot of people were like, oh, that Gen Z, we're going to get that woke effect. And I was like, no, we got none of it. It was actually really satisfying. And at one time, Rook even talked about Waylon, the old fart from Prometheus. He's like, yeah, he died searching for so-and-so way back then. So that was like really the only Easter egg I saw for Prometheus, that he brought up Waylon going on that spaceship. Going into this movie, I thought there'd be only one xenomorph, like one badass, kind of the original movie. No. It starts out with one, but then before you know it, there's like, I think around 20, I think I noticed so far. But that was nice, because it started out as your one alien from like original Alien movie. Then it turns into aliens. So it starts out like horror with one, and then it turns action. Absolutely. That's what I love about Predator, the original Predator. It starts out action, then it turns sci-fi. Kind of like this, but it starts out horror, but then it turns action. And when it gets action, it gets going. The sound effect of that pulse rifle was so cool. And then that leads up to the acid. The CGI was amazing, and her floating that zero gravity and trying to avoid the acid. That right there just felt like a ride. It felt like a roller coaster. It's like, oh, never seen that before. But it is very opposite of, the main character, Rain, trusting an AI. Because we all know that Ripley does not trust AIs at all. But in this case, Rain, it almost like she's too much trustworthy of an AI. Like, it almost might get her killed. But no, she comes back, she saves this dude. And I'm glad, because, again, Andy is one of my favorite androids. And I would go back and save this dude also. I noticed Mother. So in the original movie, it was Mother, I think, 6,000. In this movie, it's Mother 9,000. But then, at one point, it was Mother 9001. Because the 9001, if you notice, that was when the beginning of the movie, when they picked up the original chap. So I don't know if I don't know what the difference is between 9,000 and 9001. Might not be nothing at all, but it's just something I noticed. And I enjoy how they don't overexpose the xenomorphs, because they stick them slowly in the shadows. They don't show much, but man, it's so creepy just seeing the xenomorph like kind of stand up almost. It reminded me of the M. Night Shyamalan Signs, when that alien like walked across real quick, it was kind of like that. It's like, whoa! There's no really jump scares. There's no cheesy jump scares at all. Really, there might be one or two, but I really love that they're not like fooling us audience trying to give us jump scares, because we get enough scares throughout this movie. Because at the end of the day, this movie is definitely terrifying. Even space itself looks terrifying, and that's hard to do. And I was really hoping there was going to be like a David versus Ash battle, but we didn't. We got half of that. We got Ash, so to speak, with Rook. But it would have been nice to see David like on this ship with Rook. You know, that would have been nice. Even if they showed like his dead body or something, but we just need a follow-up with Covenant. Even though, like, I get it, we were going to get Alien Awakening, but it still got scrapped. But again, there's also a lot of nods to the original movie. You got the blue light, and you got that one sound that when he does that example for Dallas. He talked about freeze it, because in the original movie, you know, Parker's like, why don't we freeze it? And they talk about freezing it in this. The one new thing I noticed was coming out of the cocoon, because when the Xenomorph first does a chest burst scene, and then it sheds its skin to be the bigger alien, we never really saw that process. But in this case, we saw that cocoon and him coming out of the cocoon, kind of like a, you know, caterpillar and a butterfly type thing. That was different. So that was cool. We got to see a little more to it. But at the end of the day, when the end credits were rolling, I was really hoping we would see like a little cameo from Ripley, because Ripley, she can get picked up for 27 years after this movie, because it was 57 years in between the first two movies when she was floating around. This takes place 20 years after the original movie. So it would be nice if this movie ended, they did the end credits, and then they show like Ripley, you know, floating in space and then getting picked up. And then boom, that's right where we leave off for Aliens. But no, we didn't get any of that. So that still leaves a lot of open timeline of where are we going after this. And I have a whole nother video I'll be doing talking about the next direction, sequels, where should we go next? Because we know Hulu, the TV series for Alien Earth, will be coming out next year. So I'm really interested where we're going to go with that. And that's a whole nother video I'll be doing about all that good stuff. But if you like this stuff, like, subscribe, and you guys know how this works. And remember, go Hawkeyes.